Welcome, sports fans, to another episode of that second best damn sports show, whatever the fuck we call ourselves now. I'm Matt Gardner along with Chip Willett. Just the two of us today.
Hey guys, what's going on?
All right, we got to talk about World Series. It's over. The season's over. Giants win in 7. Did not really see this series going to 7, but what a performance by Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah, he had what last night. I think he let it off with 5 shutout innings of ball, which is for a Game 7 World Series where everything's on the line. Very impressive. I mean,
Uh,
I'll give it to him, and I was glad to see a black and orange team win.
5 shutout relief innings from Madison Bumgarner, actually. He didn't start. 5 shutout relief innings on 2 days rest, by the way, after a 120 pitch shutout in Game 5. I have some really crazy stats here. This is his Madison Bumgarner's Gardner World Series stats. He's 2-0 with 1 save, a 0.43 ERA, 14 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 run, and 21
Okay,
in 21 innings.
that's just straight sickening.
And that's just this World Series. His World Series ERA total is 0.25, the lowest in history. I mean,
Ooh, man.
so it's that's minimum 30 innings, but he pitched two games, 2 games at 2 different World Series. But I mean, it's staggering. The other Giant starters only recorded 49 outs.
And that's including Lincecum, Kane.
Kane's injured, and Lincecum wasn't even on the World Series roster.
Oh, well, I missed it. Why wasn't the freak on the World Series roster?
I was gonna get to that. Be like, why would you put Bumgarner in there? Because at the end of the season, they put him to the bullpen. I don't,
Oh,
I don't know why. Maybe he was pitch. I didn't really follow the Giants, but maybe he was pitching that bad. But the only other Giant to pitch 2 shutouts in a single postseason is Christy Mathewson in the 1905 World Series.
did some research here, didn't you, Matt?
Um, that's just incredible, and a .25 ERA. It's mind-boggling. I'm like that low of an ERA, and he's pitched 4 starts, and he's pitched in 5 games.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
.25 ERA is ridiculous, and it goes to show you how good this guy is. And he's only 25, and he's won 3 World Series. I mean, he can only improve. That's
Oh, what are your takes on the year? What did you think of the baseball season this year? All a wrap up, basically.
very unpredictable. Very unpredictable season. I think I predicted. Well, I'm a Red Sox fan, if everyone knows. I think I predicted the Red Sox and the Cardinals again in the World Series, and I was wrong, but obviously, but the Cardinals almost made it. And there's this trend. 2010, Giants win the NL pennant. 2011, it's the Cardinals. 2012, it's the Giants. 2013, it's the Cardinals. 2014, it's the Giants. So I mean, there's a stretch there that the Giants and Cardinals are just dominating the NL.
So, what was your surprise of the year then?
The Royals, obviously the Royals. I didn't even have them in the playoffs. I had them as a 500 team in 81 and 81, but I didn't have them. I thought they were 2 years away from being in the spot they were this year. So the Royals were definitely surprised. I thought Pittsburgh would do better than they did. You know, they did make it to the wild card game.
I thought
I
they would get out of the wild card game for sure.
I
But
thought they would win the division. I didn't think the Cardinals would. And I actually had the Cardinals, the Pirates, and the Reds all in the playoffs again this year, like it was last year. So I mean, but it was a very unpredictable season. You had no hitters. You had just great. Clayton Kershaw again dominates the regular season and does nothing in the postseason.
sounds
Um,
like one of my favorite teams in sports. Anyway, continue.
but that's why everyone tells me, oh, I'm like, who's the best pitcher right now? And I go, I don't know. And everyone's like, oh, it's obviously Clayton Kershaw. But I'm like, he doesn't do anything in the postseason. He gets to the postseason. He has not had one dominant start in the postseason. And I don't know why. I think his ERA this year was under 2. He's going to win the Cy Young. But it's just mind-boggling. The guy's ERA is under 2. The first playoff game he pitches, he gives up like 7 runs.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
my surprise, my overview of the year. I'm an Orioles fan, so me and you rarely get along when it comes to baseball season, unless we're both playing the Yankees.
yep.
But I was shocked to see the Orioles do so well. I mean, we've got such a young team that is just molding. I really had the World Series being the Orioles and the Dodgers, believe it or not. But yeah, I was way off. Royals, they got their chance. Took it to 7 against a great team in San Francisco. So as much as I was dissatisfied with the outcome and the way some people acted after the Orioles series, um, it was interesting to watch a World Series go to 7. I haven't seen that. We haven't seen it in a couple of years, right? If I remember right.
2011.
Yeah. So, but that definitely the Royals were a surprise to me when I found out the Orioles were going against the Royals. I'm like, in the hell would have guessed this shit at the beginning of the year? I know I sure as hell didn't. I mean, I definitely had them in the playoffs, but I definitely had them losing to the A's, which I thought was going to happen until they just turned it on. Um,
Against John Lester, no less. So I mean,
yeah, I know, right? So, so what's the World Series teams next year? Right now, just going into nothing, going blind next year. Give me a World Series AL and NL team.
you know what? I'm gonna do Cardinals Orioles. I think the Orioles, if they get one more starting pitcher, I think they'll be set. And the same with the Royals too. I think if they pick up a big name starting pitcher, I think that they'll be set. So,
Yep.
but I'm gonna go Cardinals Orioles. Just because every other year it seems like the Cardinals are in the World Series, but
I know, right? Um, I Towards the end of the season, I was really, I was turned on to the fact that there is a good possibility there could be a Beltway series. So I'm going to throw out the Beltway series, Orioles and Nationals next year in the World Series.
that was actually very possible. And I actually had the Nationals facing the Cardinals in the NLCS, but I was wrong on that. But you know, the Nationals are a tricky team because they got good pitching and they have timely hitting, but they just never seem to pull it together all at once. So
Something about the Washington. Oh, I call it the Mid Atlantic sports curse because the Orioles can't win. The Ravens are the only team that's proven to be a winner recently. The Capitals get so far. The Wizards make the playoffs. The Nationals make the playoffs, and they shit the bed, basically.
one more baseball note we want to get to: Joe Madden will probably be the next manager of the Chicago Cubs.
Yep, and I'm all for it. They needed something to turn that team around, and the way Madden turned around the Rays, I think it's great for the Cubbies. And if we have any Cubby fans out there, there you go. You got your next. Uh, who was the main guy in the '90s that
Lou
had?
Piniella,
Yeah, I'll go. You got your next Lou Piniella. That's a good one to take.
Dusty Baker.
That's where I was going. I was going with Baker, but I know Pinella, Baker. They had some good coaches in the '90s and the early 2000s. So
Yeah, I think he's a good fit with Chicago. I don't expect him to win right away. Again, Chicago has a good farm system, but they just seem to trade their players away for nothing really. And I don't
yep,
know. With Theo Epstein took over the general manager position when he left Boston and went to Chicago, I'm like, Terry Francona's going to go there. They're going to be in the World Series in the next like 3 years, and then they hired I don't remember what the hell the guy's name was. I'm like, why didn't they hire Francona? I don't know. Boston never should have got rid of him, but I don't know why they didn't
I
hire
agree.
Francona. But it's now they got a manager. They just got to keep their young players. It's going to take time. Maybe trade for a pitcher and a bat. Like you need some offense and pitching in Chicago. So that's what I see. But it take a couple years. But you never know with baseball. They can make the World Series next year just with the team they have. You just never know.
Boy, yeah. Are there a couple teams that were a perfect example of that this year?
Oh, definitely. All right. We're going to get into some playoff predictions already. Like we already did it with baseball already. The season ended yesterday. Let's talk about the NHL and I guess the NBA. Let's start with the NHL. These are our predictions for the playoffs, right?
Yep.
All right. I have the Canadians as the number one overall seed in the East.
Ooh, that's a good call. I know we have a couple Canadian friends that will be proud of that. But all right. Where do you go from there?
And the Canadians are one. The Islanders are two. They're impressing me. Lightning's three. Penguins are a four. Senators are a five. Rangers are a six. Flyers are a seven. And my Bruins squeak in at an eight seed.
Woo! So you're not even giving Washington a chance, are you?
Nope, not getting Washington a chance. And then I have the Canadians versus the Senators, the Islanders versus the Lightning. The Eastern Conference Finals, I have the Canadians versus the Islanders, and the Canadians winning the Eastern Conference.
Whew, man. All right. That's all right. Let's see. I believe it or not, I will agree with you on Montreal, and they've always been a Capitals killer, but with Carey Price, that's gonna happen. Definitely got Montreal, the Islanders. I'm good with 1 and 2. Unfortunately, third would be Pittsburgh. Um, Fourth, I'm gonna give it to the Capitals. I've seen a lot of promise out of them this year already. A lot better than the way they were playing with Oates. Barry Trotz knows what the hell he's doing and knows how to utilize all his players. Um, let's see. Five, I'll take Philadelphia. Six, the Rangers. Seven, Boston, and eight, New Jersey. And I haven't mapped it out how that's going to go, but I will definitely give you my pick for the Eastern Conference Finals will be Islanders versus the Capitals, and the Islanders will go to the East.
Homer.
No, I'm not. I'm
Homer.
not. Oh yeah, well because the Capitals, yeah. But I just see promise, a lot more promise than I have lately in the past few years. Okay, West.
All right, I have the Ducks as the number one seed against the Wild. The Predators number two against the Flames. The Kings number three against the Stars, and the Blackhawks number four against the Sharks.
Ooh, so you're saying, okay. I like it. I'll stick with you on the same. I'll go with Anaheim at 1, and I'll go. I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna say Edmonton at 8.
It's
I
possible.
like.
They're playing
I
really good right now.
Yeah. Since they beat the Capitals, they're on a 5-game winning streak, and Scrivens is just ridiculous. I mean, he was a perfect pick for that team. LA, I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but oh well. He's now an Edmonton Oiler. Two, I'll take Los Angeles and Nashville at number 7.
I have the
Uh,
Predators a two seed. You got Nashville a seven seed.
yeah, they're going to burn out. Trust me.
Oh, you think so?
Um, oh yeah, big time. And I would say San Jose at 3, with Chicago at 6. Vancouver at 4, with Minnesota. I'll take Minnesota at 5.
There's no way Vancouver's going to be a four. I don't think they're that good. That's my
Yeah, but
opinion. But they got a goal.
well, I mean, yeah, they got Ryan Miller. Anyone who has Ryan Miller, if you have any type of offense in Ryan Miller, you're okay. I'll take out of the West. I will take San Jose.
San Jose, really? I have San Jose losing to the Blackhawks in the first round.
No, San Jose. They're good. They're the Conference version of the Capitals. They get there, they have the team, and then they choke. I think this year they're going to push through though, and I think the Islanders. This is their last year in Nassau. I'm going to choose the Islanders to win the cup.
Wow. I have a weird thing going on. I have the Ducks losing to the Stars, and then the Blackhawks beating the Predators. I have the Stars and Blackhawks in the Western Conference Final with the Blackhawks winning it, and I have the Canadians winning the Stanley Cup. Yes, a Bruins fan is saying that the Canadians are going to win the Cup.
You hear that, Ryan and Travis?
I know, right?
I
Fucking
know that took
weird.
a lot.
I just think they have an amazing team this year. What the hell's going on my computer? They have an amazing team. Sorry, we're live here, by the way. Amazing team this year. The Bruins are streaky. I'm not buying my Bruins this year to do anything. Maybe barely make the playoffs and lose the Canadians in 7. But that's optimistic for me right now. All right, let's go to the NBA. God, I hate the NBA. This was a little bit trickier for me, cause especially the West, because the West is fucking loaded. Let's start with the West. I have the Spurs
All right.
1, the Warriors at 2, Thunders 3, Rockets 4, Clippers 5, Blazers 6, Mavs a 7, and the Suns make it as an 8.
Oh, okay. My West, I will take Dallas at number 1, number 2 seed San Antonio, number 3 Oklahoma City, 4 Denver, 5 Golden State, 6 Memphis, 7 Clippers, and 8 Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers 8. Lakers would be lucky if they would win 30 games this year.
All right, so who's coming out of the West?
I actually have the Warriors coming out of the West.
That's a brash statement there. I mean, they're good, but they're young. That's what's good about them.
I have the Warriors
Good.
coming out of the West. No, I'm just saying I have the Warriors coming out of the West.
I'm gonna take the Clippers out of the West.
I just don't like the Clippers. I mean, not don't like them. I mean, I don't know. There's just something about them that especially if they get the Rockets, like I have them in the 4 seed. I think the Rockets will steamroll over the Clippers. That's me though. But in the East, the top 2 seeds are going to be the Bulls and the Cavs. I mean, that's just there's no way around that. Raptors is a 3. He is a 4. The Hornets as a 5. The Pacers as a 6. I actually have the Celtics as a 7. I think they have a good enough team to make it, especially in the East. And the Nets as an 8.
Okay. My number 1 would be Cleveland. 2 Chicago, so I just switched your 2 around. 3, I'm taking the Nets.
Wow.
I don't know. I just something about them. 4, I'll take the Knicks. 5, Miami. They're gonna make it, but they're gonna be way down there. 6, Charlotte. 7, Indiana. And 8, I'm gonna be a homer, but the Wizards, Paul Pierce, along with what they already got there, is gonna be good. So who comes out of the East?
I have the Bulls.
Yeah, I think the Cavs are 2 years away from it.
I actually have the Cavs losing to the Raptors. I have the Bulls and Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm gonna go if Derrick Rose can stay healthy.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, because I mean he's very unhealthy in the past.
Yes, he has been. Who do you got winning it? What is yours? You have the who do you have coming out of the West again? The
Clippers.
Clippers and the Bulls.
Yep.
Who do you have winning that?
If Derrick Rose can stay healthy, Chicago.
I have the
No,
Bulls and Warriors, and I have the Warriors winning it all.
that would be a great story. I really think.
I don't know. There's something about the Warriors team I really like this year.
Even though their arena is in the shape of a toilet bowl, their new one.
Is it? I haven't seen designs of it.
Oh yeah, it looks like a big toilet bowl.
Isn't it built right next to AT&T Stadium? Or
Yeah,
AT&T Park.
It's right next to the Oracle, right where they're playing now. They're building it. Just Google it. Look up Golden State Arena.
I thought they were building it in San Francisco.
I thought it had it. Maybe it is in San Francisco, but still, when you get a chance, Google it. Look at it. You'll get a kick out of it.
All right. This is gonna be a really quick show today, guys. It took me forever to put up the last one, but let's go to our college football predictions, shall we?
Yeah. Let me bring up
All right,
ESPN real quick.
I got it right here in front of me,
All
sir.
right, just go ahead.
Tonight, we have number 2 Florida State at number 25 Louisville.
Can I already throw up my upset special out already?
If you want to,
I got Louisville beating FSU.
so do I. So do I. I think I know it's because I just don't like Florida State or because I just don't like Jameis Winston, but I know I feel an upset. I did horrible on my picks last week, but I feel an upset.
I did horrible too, but I at least got the upset special right. Ole Miss losing to LSU.
Yeah. Well, Kentucky hung with Mississippi State, but that's
Oh,
about
they
it.
really did. I was watching it, but oh well. Someone else will not Mississippi State off.
All right.
All right, what's next?
Number 23, Eastern Carolina at Temple.
ECU.
Yeah, ECU, easily. Number 24, Duke at Pitt.
Duke.
Duke's impressing me.
They really are.
I really like that team. I don't know why. I just do. Number 18, Oklahoma at Iowa State.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Ooh, big game on ABC or ESPN2, depending on where you live. Number 7, TCU at number 20, West Virginia.
Oh wow, that is going to be a rough one. At West Virginia.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna go with West Virginia, just because when it comes to the big game against the big teams this year, they've been showing up. I'm gonna go West Virginia.
Against Baylor, their defense was okay, but Petty just missed wide open receivers. I think Boykins is going to light them up with over 60 points. I think TCU in a rout.
All right.
Oh, the game you're looking forward to on CBS in Jacksonville, Florida versus number 11, Georgia.
Cocktail party. I'm sorry, Nick Chubb's just really impressing me, and Hudson Mason's coming along with his arm. He's getting really good behind that center. Georgia.
Another rout. Georgia's going to crush him. Chubb's going to run for 250. I mean, I think he will. I think Florida's. He could. And then Purdue at number 15, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Kansas at number 13, Baylor.
Hmm.
You're thinking about this?
I'm sorry. No. Kansas. I was thinking Kansas State, no Baylor.
Oh, yeah. Baylor, definitely. Another big one. Top 5 matchup. Number 3, Auburn. At number 4, Mississippi.
Ooh. It's a good SEC matchup right there. Auburn.
I took Mississippi last week. I'm going to stick with them. Probably not, though. But I'll stick with Mississippi. Just they're at home. I think they'll bounce back. I think they're, even though LSU was a top 25 team, I think they were looking ahead to this Auburn game. Mississippi was.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll bounce back, and I think they'll beat Auburn.
Just like all the Cowboys fans said about the Redskins game. I know. I hear it all the time. All right.
Arkansas at number 1, Mississippi State.
You saw what Georgia did to Arkansas, Mississippi State.
Mississippi State's going to roll on them. Stanford at number 5, Oregon.
Oregon.
This is a weird game. It's 8 o'clock on CBS. Number 10, Notre Dame at Navy.
Oh, yeah. I know. I went to the last one that was actually at FedEx Field. Notre Dame.
Same here, Notre Dame. Oh, that's a little burp there. Illinois at number 16, Ohio State.
Ohio State.
These are really easy to pick this week.
I was thinking the same damn thing.
Oklahoma State at number 9, Kansas State.
Kansas State.
Yep, Kansas State. Number 12, Arizona at number 22, UCLA.
Arizona.
I'm going to pick UCLA. I don't know why. I think Arizona's a little overrated. I don't know why.
All right.
Number 17, Utah at number 14, Arizona State.
Arizona State.
I'm going to Utah again this week. That's it for the top 25.
All right. And I guess NFL we got left.
Yep, this, like I said, we're blowing through. This is a really quick show here.
Don't worry, next time we'll have more to talk about. Trust us.
We're just both really busy. We just want to get a show in. Tonight on NFL Network. It's not on CBS anymore. It's just on NFL Network. New Orleans at Carolina.
New Orleans.
I'm going to go Carolina. New
So
Orleans.
is that Ingram?
Dude, my gut says Ingram, but my brain says Bradshaw because the freaking Carolina defense gives up the third most fantasy points to running backs. That's why I'm like, Ingram. He's going to be the workhorse for New Orleans next week or two. I'm just like, ugh. But I'm going to pick Carolina just because New Orleans sucks away from the Superdome.
Yeah.
My Tampa Bay Bucks, who lost a freaking heartbreaker last week, at Cleveland.
Sorry, bro. Cleveland.
Yeah, it's Cleveland.
That's okay. I got a predicament coming up too, but go ahead.
If we get to if Tampa has a running game, we'd be like at least 4-3 right now, and that would actually be best for the division.
Yeah.
Whatever. Arizona at Dallas.
See, this is what all the Cowboy fans have been telling me. Oh, the Redskins won because they were Dallas is looking forward to Arizona, which I can see. I mean, I can see teams overlooking teams with a bad record. That's why they call it a trap game. Anyways, I'm going with Arizona.
Trap games only happen in college, not the NFL. I don't believe in trap games in the NFL. I'm going Arizona too, but I don't believe in trap games, especially if Romo's not freaking starting. I'm going Arizona.
I don't believe in trap games. Period.
So I mean, Murray's going to try to have a big game no matter what. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Philadelphia at Houston.
You know what? I'm going with Houston.
I am too. I think Philadelphia's overrated. They played a really weak schedule to begin with. So, I mean...
They barely beat us.
And they were down 17-0 to Jacksonville, so...
Yep.
So
Sorry, Eagles fans. You're going to hate this podcast.
So, I'm picking Houston. This should be a no-brainer. Jets at Kansas City.
Kansas City.
It doesn't matter if Vic or Geno Smith are starting.
Because Percy Harvin is going to not be a factor.
I'm not even worried about Percy Harvin if Vic was starting. Kansas City's going to win like 34-3, in my opinion. Jacksonville at Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
San Diego at Miami.
San Diego.
I'm going to go Miami.
All right.
Just because.
Yeah.
My brother's a Dolphins fan. Might as well please him. Washington at Minnesota.
This is the one that I'm worried about. Because, honestly, they just said today that Robert's starting.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I don't know how much a fan I am of that. But if we can pull it off against Minnesota, and then we get a bye week, and then, sorry, bro, but we have Tampa at home. If we can win these two games, I don't know. There's a chance that the Dallas game could have been a turnaround for us this year. I'm not making any predictions, but the thing is that we're in Minnesota and it's going to be cold as fuck in Minnesota, and it's an outdoor game this year because all their games are outdoors. They're playing at the Minnesota State Gopher Stadium. But I'm going to go with Redskins, and I want to go with, who's going to win it? It's going to be Gano again. He's going to win with another field goal. I'm not Gano. No, that's the Panther. Kai Forbath. He's won the past two games on a field goal. I'm going to give him 3 in a row.
Why are they starting RG3 if they have a bye next week? That makes no sense to me.
Because the Washington football never makes sense to anybody. Simple as that.
I'm going Minnesota. I say they knock RG3 out. I mean, Minnesota's a tough defense. Believe it or not, they are. They're a tough defense.
I know. And
so that just I'm shaking my head, going, why would they start RG3 this week when they have a bye to give him one more week more rest and then play him against Tampa, who's the worst defense in the league? So I mean, it makes no sense. I think Minnesota's gonna win.
All right, cool.
Like a 13-12 game. But that's what I think. Late games now. St. Louis at San Francisco.
San Fran.
Oakland at Seattle.
Seattle.
Denver at New England.
Ooh. That's gonna be a good game. Denver.
I'm gonna say Denver too. Unless the refs do fucking something because they're Brady biased. They are. They are.
Oh,
The refs are Brady biased. So something's. If the game comes down to the refs, then I'll be pissed because the refs have been awful this season, calling fucking shit that's not there, and then fucking taking back shit that is there. It's just retarded.
Yep.
Sunday night, Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
Oh shit, that's a Sunday night game. I got a meeting at work at 6:30. Son of a bitch. Baltimore.
See, the Steelers freaking lose to Tampa, get beaten by Baltimore the last time, but then freaking put up like 45 points against the Colts. I'm
and they beat the Texans too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Baltimore.
Yeah, they're suspect as hell this year.
Monday night, Indianapolis, the Colts versus the Giants.
Colts. Ahmed Bradshaw. First off, where's the game at?
MetLife.
Oh, so he's going back to Giant Stadium?
Yep.
Oh yeah. I thought it was in Indianapolis. You'd better play Ahmed Bradshaw.
Let me check. Actually, I'm gonna check my lineup right now because I've been flip flopping. Like, it's like I've been reading these articles. It's like start of the week. I'm on Bradshaw versus the Giants. It's like revenge game. I'm like, I really don't believe in revenge games.
What did Deshaun Jackson do to Philadelphia?
And what did freaking Steve Smith do to freaking Carolina? So,
exactly. This year, the revenge game is huge.
So then the next, the next thing they have is like, you should start, ... Mark Ingram. It's like, fuck. It's like, because the Saints suck at home or away from home, the Panthers give up like 5.3 yards per carry against running backs, and they give them the third most fantasy points. I'm like, God damn it. And then below that, it's like ... Brandon Oliver versus Miami. I'm like, God damn it. my three backup running backs are the top 3 starts for running backs this week. I'm like, I'm definitely keeping Murray in my fucking lineup. So
I gotta find a fucking quarterback now that Ryan's on bye and McCoy is not starting.
Oh shit, that's right. I don't even know why you picked up McCoy.
I like him.
I would not have picked up McCoy.
Well, it's not like it cost me anything. It's not like it was one of the auction drafts that it cost me to pick up a free agent. So
I'm looking here and it says you still have Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I got to drop him.
Yeah, I dropped Cousins. I don't know who I can't. I don't know. I can't really give you advice. I mean, but I can try. Let me see what quarterbacks are available. Robert Griffin III, Andy Dalton.
Oh, you serious? Is he a free agent in our league, really?
Andy Dalton, Ryan Tannehill, Alex Smith, Eli Manning, Joe Flacco.
Damn, I didn't realize we had. All right, I need to go.
Kyle Orton's still there. So, I mean, I'd pick up either fucking Flacco, Manning, or fucking Tannehill. Those are the guys I'd pick up, but...
Yeah. Hey, guys, we're going to have a new segment during the fantasy football season, and that's just going to be a sit 'em or start 'em. That's what the new segment was today. Hey, are you doing the fantasy hockey pool this year or no?
No, I did it last year. I played maybe 3 games, and then I'm like, fuck this. I couldn't keep up with it.
I'm in like 5th place right now out of 18.
I couldn't keep up with it. I was just like, oh, my God. It was so, like, football, I got to check maybe, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Sunday again.
Yeah.
and Monday, but freaking I got checked every day, and I was just like, ugh, just like fuck it, I'm done. And Travis, and pretty much I just traded away all my fucking good players, so like everybody, it's like get this trade. I'm like I don't care. Sleazy's doing horrible in the fantasy league because he won't fucking change his lineup.
Yeah, you hear that, Sleazy? You got to change the lineup to play, man.
He won't listen to this. Fuck him.
No, that's true. He doesn't do the sports.
I told him like, dude, you need to change your lineup. He's like, never. I was like, okay, he has Tom Brady, then he has Calvin Johnson, who's been hurt, but now he's on a bye. Cordell Patterson, Ruben Randall, Monty Ball, Jenkins, Julius Thomas is his tight end. Dan Carpenter bye, New England D. He's projected 61 points. And you're only projected 58.
I'm shitting the bed this year in fantasy football in all my leagues.
You're 3-5. I'm 7-1, and the only person that beat me was Brandon, and that's only because I didn't start Ahmad Bradshaw. I started Brandon Oliver instead because all the fantasy people are like, he's gonna have like a monster game against Kansas City. He gave me 8 points. Bradshaw would have given me like 23. I was like, son of a bitch. The only game I lost because I had Bradshaw in my lineup, and then like Sunday morning I looked and I'm like, oh, everyone's predicted Brandon Oliver to have a better game, so I put him in my lineup at like 12:30, and I was like, fuck. That's the only reason I lost. God damn it, I'm 7-1. I was so pissed.
All right, man. Well, I think that we covered everything we set out to do today.
Yeah, in about 36 minutes.
Don't worry, guys. This will be the shortest one we'll have.
Yeah.
We'll have more to talk about in the future. It's just that, like you said, both our schedules are busy. I gotta go get my costume ready for Halloween, as I am gonna be Kurt Angle. So
I'm gonna be a guy sitting at home.
Yeah.
Plus normally we'll have Ryan and Brandon on, and they just couldn't make it this week, so that will send it by like 4 hours. So it was really quick. We wanted to get this into you guys. All right, for Matt Gardner,
Chip Willett.
Thanks for listening. See ya.